Carol, as far as being an energy guy, a screen setter, a rebounder, it's one of the reasons the Clippers have won 7 of their last 9 and are now 10 games over 500, really cruising into the playoffs. And if you look at their schedule coming up, they face a bunch of teams. 5 of their next 8 opponents are not in the playoff picture at all.
Chris, if you'd have told me, Tough Juice, if you'd have told me after that trade, and we knew we had just had Mr. Ballmer in studio, the owner of the Clippers, talking about if you don't make this trade, your team makes the playoffs, you're going to lose a very important draft status. He said, we don't care. He said, I'm all about basketball, I'm all about winning. So after that trade, to see how Lou Williams has played, how they played as a team, defensively, they've been playing lights out basketball, and it's all because of Doc Rivers. Once again, like he showed us last year. But why is his name still down at the maybe 3rd or 4th or 5th for Coach of the Year again?
Because you look at the success of, what the Milwaukee Bucks is doing, with Greek Freak, and he's possibly going to be the MVP. So you look at Bud being in that situation where, okay, that can happen. And then you look at the success of the Denver Nuggets and what's happening with them. So Mike Malone done an excellent job with that process. But listen, make no mistake, Nate McMillan, Doc Rivers need to be in that discussion, because what they have been able to accomplish with so much more less has been simply amazing. Outside of Lou Williams, if you're not talking to a basketball mind or a basketball person, they would not be able to run down the roster of 6 or 7 other guys on that Clippers roster. So they've been amazing in what they've been able to accomplish, the culture that they've been able to create. And check this out. They got spots for 2 max guys available.
Yes.
This is crazy.
Yes.
So that's looking ahead, but let's look forward to the playoffs this year. They've had a great regular season. Again, 10 games over 500. Look like they're going to stay there. Can they make noise in the postseason? Looking at 1-8, probably not. But if they get, let's say, a 2-7 matchup against the Nuggets, or a 3-6 matchup between any of those teams that can fluctuate?
Everything you just said, the only thing that makes sense, Chris, is the Nuggets, because of their lack of experience, lack of going deep. We know the Warriors, they're trying to make 5 in a row. So that's a different conversation. If the Rockets are healthy, they showed us last year, Game 7 at home before Chris Paul got hurt. So those conversations, you say, the Clippers, you kind of want to stay away from those 2. You really want to try to get to 7 and test the Denver Nuggets, because outside of Millsap, there's no one gone deep in Western Conference or Eastern Conference, depending on what team they came from before they got to Denver. So that's why you say to yourself, to your question, try to get to the 7th seed.